YouTube, born to be wild, NE here, and as always, NE stands for Nebraska. Go Big Red Huskers. Hey, we are entering turn 0, which will be the last turn of the game. Right now, the victory points are 9-9, so it's a close game. This hex is controlled by the Germans, but at least will be contested for, potentially. This control hex is controlled by the Americans, and they have a reduced squad with a bar and another reduced squad with a bar and a leader. There is one unit that could get there in one move into that hex. There's another one that could get there, depending on opportunity fire for both of them, here, and then jump in there in like an assault move. This is an interesting situation over here. One squad, and then there's a squad and a leader. And the Americans have 2 squads and a leader right here. So one never knows. First of all, we have to do a free rally check. This guy is open terrain, so he needs, that's a -1 to the die. So he needs an 8 or better. He gets an 8. That could turn out to be important. Okay, here is maybe the most important die roll in the game so far. The initiative roll. The Americans get the initiative. Oh my goodness. Americans will get 1d6 plus 3 minus 1. 3 plus 3 is 6, minus 1, they get 5 impulse points is all. They're starved. The Germans get 2d6 minus 1. And the Germans get 8, so Americans are going to move in and melee. The Germans are going to fire. We got to check and make sure they can see that hex. That's always something that has to be double checked. So it's from this wood building to this, and no, oh wait, oh my gosh. It just crosses, they cannot see that hex. Because of that stone building, it just touches the corner of that stone building, which blocks line of sight. They got plenty of impulse points, 2, 3, 4, just to move. The Americans have 3 firing units. This reduced squad is going to go 1, 2, 3. Or attempt to go 1, 2, 3. Americans, whoa. Americans need to keep that off, don't they? Yeah, because they could get, oh wow. Okay, the Americans are going to spend one of their precious impulse points. Medium machine gun is going to fire back at this square, so it's 3 to 4, -1, no die roll modifier. -1 column, no die roll modifier. 4 is a miss. Now, with only 2 impulse points left, medium machine gun's going to try to fire at them here. Whoa. Right here at that same -1 with no die roll modifier. This time they get a 6, which is also a miss. Might have tactically done that incorrectly. But still the Americans' turn. now they're only got one. Oh my goodness. Okay. Germans have a plethora of impulse points. They're going to go ahead and take this stack out of play by creating a melee there. Americans will pass. The Germans are going to go 1, 2, 3. See if they can draw fire from those guys. Now, since they couldn't see him there, if they went 1, 2, 3, 4, that would still give them, but it wouldn't be back here, it'd be here. If they get stopped there, 1, 2, 3, they can't go in that hex. Stay behind the stone building, but then they gotta come out in the open to get down here. Okay, that's what they're gonna do. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 2 impulse points. The Americans really only have one shot, what was I thinking? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. So they really only have a shot, and it's in that hex. So that's what they're going to do. The Americans are going to shoot back here at the squad that has a leader attached to it. Oh, wait a minute. It'd be 4 to 4 here, but it'd be 3 to 4 back there, and if you stop them, they stop the assault move. 3 to 4 versus 4 to 4. You can get a shake and check, but a shake and check here still allows them to assault. Okay, this squad is going to use the last impulse that Americans have, firing back here at the squad that has a leader attached. It's 3 to 4, -1 column, no die roll modifier. 8 is a broken chuck. Germans need a 7 or better and fail. Oh, wow. This game is just nuts. Okay, so that guy's broken. Now the German leader has to check, and he passes. Okay, so, but they have to stop back there and cannot do an assault move. Can you believe how this thing's going every which way? Now they moved. Oh yeah, back there. So that's 2, 3. 3, 4, yeah, 4 started with 7, I think, so they're still at 3. They don't have a heck of a lot to do. They could move this guy here and get 1 shot, 1, 2, and then do an assault move, and the Americans can't do anything. That's what they'll do. They'll come here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just in range. Then they'll do a moving fire against this squad, which is a 4. So it'll be 4 to 4. It's on the 0 column table with 0 die roll modifier. They get a 7, which is a shake and check. Jeez, could this go down to the wire anymore? 7 or better, 8 or better, sorry, and they get a 10, they pass. Holy mackerel. Okay, then the last will be an assault move to go in there and do a melee. And And that is the end of the game, except to resolve these melees. And a couple of them are in control hexes. Oh my gosh, we don't even need to do that one. We'll do this one first. We've got 5 to 4 and 6. No wait, it's only 3 plus 2, 5 to 4 and 4 to 3. So 5, they both have a +1. So the Americans will go first, 5 to 4. And they whiff. Now the Germans have 6 to 5, so it's a +1. They succeed, which then flips that over. Oh my gosh, what a game. What a playthrough. This one makes no difference at all to the game. So this is the game right here. Americans need to flip this or they will lose, and if they flip it, they will win. The Americans have a 9, 10, 11 to 4, +7. They need an 8 or better to wipe out that squad, and they didn't get it. A 6 is a casualty and a shaken check, not a broken check. Oh, that's huge. A shaken check, 7, and they pass it. So these guys get a 4. Four attack. Now if they go against all of them, it's a 4. Oh wait, it's a they weren't reduced. So it'd be a 6. And if they go against everybody, it's a 6 against a 9 3 times. They could go 6 to 4 against one of the squads. 6 to 9 would be like nothing. So that's what they'll do. They'll go against 6 to 4 +2 against one squad. A 7 is a broken check. American needs 8 or better, and they fail it. So this squad is broken. This squad's still there, so that stays a melee. The broken squad needs to get out of the way. So they will. I guess we do need to do this from a casualty point of view. Which may hurt the Germans. They've got 3, 4, 6 to 4 with +1 on the die roll for the Americans. +2 column, +1 on the die roll. A 7 is an 8, which is a casualty, which will eliminate that and move that up 1. Now coming back the other way, this guy has a 4 to 6. No, wait, 2, 3, 4. 4 to 4 against all 3 units. He will do that. First, he will go against the 2 units. He'll go against the squad first, 4 to 4. An 8 is a broken check. So the squad passes. Now it's 4 to 4 against the leader. An 8 is a broken check, and he passes. So that hex also remains in melee. Not that it makes any difference. Okay, that's the end of the game. I'm going to turn off the video so I can audit casualty points and make sure I've got it right. And then we'll come back on the next segment. Correction, I have re-audited, double, triple checked, and the Germans actually had 8 casualty points versus the Americans 7. So the score was 7 plus 6, 13 for the Germans, and 8 for the Americans. So if this melee or this melee would have gone differently, if one of them would have turned, then it would have been a tie game at 11. No, excuse me. If I would have taken 2 from the Germans, that would make them 11. And that would have given 3 to the Americans, which would have given them 11. Yes, it would have, assuming there weren't any other casualties, which there would have been. What a game! What a close game! This old school tactical is so much fun because the variability of impulse points and initiative, and the broken and shaken checks and the rallying, and you just never can count on any plan being able to be executed because the variability is so great. And then the next turn, this was tied at the end of turn 1, and the Germans flipped it in the turn 0, the last turn of the game. Thanks for watching. Take care. So very excellent. My next playthrough, which will be playthrough 003, will be of scenario 2, which is called Into the Fog. Its storyline is, having just landed in Normandy a handful of days prior, men of the Santa Fe Division were about to get their first taste of combat in France. Patches of heavy fog drifted through the fields, and the green troops were on edge. They pushed on, probing for German defenses. And this has an interesting special rule. At the start of each turn, player who has initiative rolls 1d6 to determine line of sight in fog. Line of sight for spotting and attacks is 1d6 plus 1 hex. That will be an interesting scenario to play through. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you see any mistakes I've made as I edit these videos. I usually try to catch any mistakes and present a text that explains that. Take care, all. Get your motor running.